Hi, this is Jim Starkweather with the KitMaker Network, and welcome to another episode of Cracking the Box. This one's going to be a little different. We're covering some products that Revell sent us here in the United States, and they're their new Snap-Tite series models, which are for younger kids. So you're probably going to be looking at these maybe from the standpoint if you have some kids or know some kids, or you maybe trying to pursue some getting kids into modeling kind of things that some of the local IPMS clubs do, like with their make and takes. These might be something you'd be interested in. The Snap-Tite series, I'm sure they've been releasing these for a while, obviously, but this is some new vehicles they have, or new various subjects. This one in particular is the space shuttle. The shuttle itself is pre-painted, pre-decaled, essentially molded in plastic and so forth. And you've got, on this one, for instance, you put together like the shuttle doors, the payload, the rear fin, some of the various coverings, the rear thruster coverings and so forth. Again, part of the payload, I think, and the rear nozzles, as well as some other small bits. I'm not sure all the little details that are in here. These kits are recommended for ages 8 plus. This particular one is 1/250th, but they do have some other scale models as well. In fact, this particular series of aircraft is the F-22 Raptor, the F-51 Mustang, the Spitfire, Space Shuttle, FA-18 Super Hornet, and the F-4 Phantom. So I can show you those really quickly because we have them all here. Here's the P-51 Mustang, so you can see kind of all pre-painted and pre-done. And again, saying this is a 72nd scale kit. And then we have the F-22 Raptor. This one's kind of in this one's a 1/100th scale kit. I get it over there. And this one's in a kind of a gray camouflage scheme with a gold non-see-through cockpit area, which is kind of an interesting way to do it. And then this one's the F-4 Phantom, kind of a Vietnam War era, camo scheme and so forth. And actually has a tactical command something. Yeah, I can't quite read that. So this is on 1/100th scale also. The other series they have is the Combat Crushers series, and this one is a Panzer IV tank. You can see they've got these like aftershock side armor bits on it. Kind of remind me of essentially almost like a combat tanks or series, like fighting robots and things like that. That they do, where they do the team effects and stuff. So this is the aftershock Panzer tank. And then let me find the ones here that fell down to the ground. This is the Shade Patton tank. I could show you a close-up view of that one. So it's got red road wheels and things in shade on the side of the tank, so it's kind of neat. And this one is the Quake Sherman tank. So turning it the wrong way. Camera, get into the camera. There we go. So all these are not very realistic in terms of the way we're used to building models and so forth, but kids will find them interesting. They're obviously kind of fall into the quasi toy kit category. You put parts of it together and then you've got yourself a toy, which is from what I remember when I was a kid was kind of the way we looked at models. There were more parts and we had to put more stuff together and paint them and so forth to make them look like the final product, but they ended up being essentially kind of toys for us anyways, as kids. Speaking of myself, for a 6, 7, 8, 9, 10-year-old.
Okay, so after you get the tank out of the packaging, which was a little challenging on one of the road wheels, I put a picture essentially of how it's kind of embedded down there. I had to use some cutters to get it out, or some box cutter. So there's about 20 pieces with this particular kit, the Panzer IV Aftershock kit. Let's go ahead and take a look at the instructions. I probably wouldn't need to use instructions myself, but let's just take this from the standpoint of a kid trying to assemble this. So we have a nice set of instructions here, very, very familiar to us, maybe as in terms of modeling instructions, just kind of shrunk down. So it starts with step 1, which is the upper and lower hull assembly. So let's go ahead and do that. So you essentially just snap these two pieces. There's little tongue and groove kind of thing here, and you just snap them, or slot kind of insertion. Snap it in place there. It doesn't really have anything holding it on the back, but that's fine, because that's the next step, the rear section, which is this little piece right here. So I assume that goes in again in little fitting points and snaps in like that. So now you have a completed upper and lower hull all snapped together. Step 2 is putting the tracks on, so let's go ahead and do that. They show putting these little wheels on first, because these actually allow it to go across the floor or something. And then let's see if there's a front and back. They don't really They don't really say here, but I'm sure there is. Well, I guess they only fit on one way, I think. Although they do seem to have multiple holes for either one. Well, since we know that the sprocket wheel's in the front, we'll go ahead and put that one like this. And hopefully find the right holes. Yep, there we go. And I didn't hear a snap on the front one, but I'm assuming it's in there pretty well. And we'll go ahead and do the same thing on the reverse side. Where's my little wheel? Oh, you know what? I think there was one that fell on the floor. You know, it's not a model. See, now you know it's a model because we lost a part on the floor. So get this one on there, and same thing. And there we go. And then let's see, step 3 is the turret and some of the little front detail pieces. The turret, they're just showing kind of putting this piece on and then this piece, which is I guess what allows it to turn around. And then that fits like that. And they're showing putting on the front driver's visor, I think kind of like so, like that, except it didn't click in place. Let me push it in a little more. Nope, I don't quite have that right. Ah, there we go. All right, and then the other piece is, I guess, this gun. So that's the same thing, the machine gun mount and machine gun. Doesn't really stick out very far, so I don't have to worry about knocking the barrel off. I do have to worry about getting these pin tabbies to go in the right place. Okay. So, you know, a little delicate work. Probably they'll need a little help on some of those things like that. Next, we have step 4, which is putting on the top turret. I assume it just shows pushing it on and pushing it in place. And then the back of the turret, which is this section. And that again looks like it just pretty much kind of goes up. Actually, I think they should have showed putting that on first, because I'm thinking, oh no, I guess it will go in a little bit afterwards. And that's on there. Step 4 is the gun, and again they're showing the gun all together on the instructions that it's already on, but then they show on this side putting it in. So they obviously should have reversed that, but we'll go ahead and put it in. Kids probably won't get that, maybe run into little issues there. So this just has a hole. I'm not seeing the hole though. Where's the hole? Where's the hole? Did I put it on the wrong? Oh wait, we're looking for the hole, I guess, by turning it around till we get to the right. Okay, well, we may have to retract our steps here, because I don't see a hole to push it into. Alright. Hopefully some of these pieces will just come right off. Okay, we'll see how easily it disassembles. You know, sometimes these things are not designed to disassemble. There we go. And there we go. Okay, so it's saying there's supposed to be a hole here, but I don't see... Okay, this goes on here. And this goes on here. It's pretty much just one way. Where is the hole they're saying is on here? See, that piece is on there like that. And then there's no hole in here. There's no hole in here. I don't know. Well, we're gonna... I think they're just... Maybe the directions are wrong, so we'll go ahead and see if it just doesn't insert in place and hold once it's in place. And again, kind of doing this step twice. There we go. And it's showing it kind of like... Well, you see, that doesn't make sense. That's the problem. This was supposed to go on first because these are supposed to be hinged on the inside, so yeah. Back again. And I'm thinking this goes in here like this first. And then this actually goes through here, obviously. Through here. The other side, unless I knocked it off, doesn't look like it has a pin. Let's turn it around. Huh. That's weird. Now it doesn't even look like it's going to fit that way. Is it just supposed to push on there like that? No, that doesn't make sense. Maybe it's supposed to go in. Oh, I suppose you could have I could have gotten it in without pulling it out, because one side has a long pin and one side has a short pin. But let's go ahead and leave it on like this, obviously. All right. You know, trial and error. That's how things are done sometimes. Okay, so this goes on here like this, obviously. Again, oh come on, don't get all. Oh my goodness. All right, I'm gonna try it try it the way it was supposed to go. Okay, it does work that way. It does work per the instructions if you actually don't look for the hole or pin or whatever was supposed to go in there. Looks like the gun actually moves around. It's designed to move around as you move the turret, which is kind of nice. Okay, so next step, sorry for that long step 5, is the various little detail pieces like the little track bits that go in there, the top hull armor, which I think just kind of pins like this. And then the, where did this go? Did I miss this earlier? Oh yeah, I did, didn't I? This goes on the back? No. Where does this go? Oh, on the front? Yeah, on the front, because it is the front. So, luckily, it's one of those ones you can do later. Okay, well, I guess that's looks like it's kind of in there. All right, and then obviously the last piece to go on are these oversized. These will be the ones you'll be tempted to go, okay, son, or daughter, let me fix those for you. Those need to go up a bit. And voila, we have our finished tank, which rolls, and the turret goes up and down, and you can't see it from here, but let me turn it this way so you can see that the barrel kind of goes up and down when you rotate the turret. And there we go. We have our Panzer IV completed aftershock. Aftershock. That's what I'm talking about. With you can see the side armor goes all the way down to the floor, basically. You could trim that off, I'm sure, and make it more realistic. Oh, actually, look what I did. Oh, Jim. No. You made a supreme error there. But lucky, again, this is stuff that all can come apart and come back on. You know, kids can like assemble and disassemble. This time I'm pulling all the tracks off, but okay. So, anyways, but you see what I did wrong there. I put the tracks backwards because obviously it's the small side forward, and should have gone on like this and like this. So, you know, a little trial and error, even following the instructions, but otherwise, pretty good, solid little entry there for a little small kit. Hope you enjoyed.
Those were interesting. We're very happy that Revell sent those along, and maybe you've got some ideas there for potential Christmas gifts or birthday gifts or whatever. And I'm sure you can find those out there. I'm not sure if there are any mainstream stores like Walmart, but I'd probably look for them there, as well as, you know, obviously your hobby retailers will be carrying them as well, I'm sure. So thanks again to Revell for providing us these samples, and if anybody's interested in doing like a little quick build with these with their kids, then let me know and I'll be happy to send you one. So thanks for watching.